My name is Gabriel Mangore and I'm a representative from Senior High School 1 Tomohon. In corporate finance, mergers and acquisitions are transactions in which the ownership of companies, other business organizations, or their operating units are transferred or consolidated with other entities. The most common reasons why companies merge is to share information, technology, or other resources, thereby increasing the overall strengths of the company. In many cases, mergers also help to overcome existing challenges, reduce weaknesses, and gain a competitive edge in the market. The House regrets mergers and acquisitions within the tech industry. Our side of the House disagree with this motion. Before I address my points of argumentation, here are two rebuttal points that we want to address. Firstly, mergers often increase the value of smaller companies instead of lowering them. Secondly, it was said that merger and acquisitions takes away freedom from the small company that got acquired. We disagree because smaller companies instead receive plethora of resources for them to use to improve their products so that they can still be a competitive product in their respective markets. Two points I want to talk about. Firstly, why mergers happen in the first place. Secondly, how it benefits the company, the consumer, and the workers. Firstly, why mergers happen in the first place. Two reasons why. Firstly, the mergers is a way to improve efficiency against hard to acquire assets. Usually, it has something to do with the technology. Companies that do not have technology can merge with companies that already have. Thus, skills in digitization can be possessed and efficiency in conducting business activities can be achieved. Secondly, elevating the competitiveness of companies that join into one will have stronger competitiveness in the global sphere. In addition, the merger also helps the company from the takeover of other companies. Presumably acquired, the company will instead become a larger and stronger entity that can compete with similar products in the market. Second argument, how it benefits the company, the consumer, and the workers. A few reasons why that the benefits that come with the strategic acquisition of other company includes, firstly, adding value to combined entity by eliminating redundancies and increasing overall revenues. Many companies do not obtain funds from internal expansion but can obtain funds from external expansions. One way is that the company merges with a company that has high liquidity, causing an increase in the company's borrowing power and a decrease in the company's liabilities. This allows raising funds at a low cost, and in addition, it is often cheaper for companies to obtain the facilities that they need through mergers rather than through expansions. Secondly, acquiring existing technologies, business processes, which would otherwise be extremely expensive to develop on your own. By merging companies, the workers will gain access to a plethora of resources in which they can use to improve their products. Obtaining quality staff or additional skills, knowledge of your industry or sector, and other business intelligence. For instance, a business with good management and process systems will be useful to a buyer who wants to improve their own. Ideally, the businesses you choose should have systems that complement your own and that will adapt to running a larger business. For example, the acquisition of YouTube from Google gives both Google and YouTube access to a large amount of technology patents that they now share to both improve their respective products. Thirdly, it grants ease of access to consumers. The consumer will now have easy access to what used to be a plethora of products because they integrate a merge between each services. For example, the acquisition of Instagram by Facebook grants Instagram the access to sync their direct message service to Facebook Messenger, making it easier to contact people from two respective services. Another example is that by merging with the acquisition of YouTube by Google, it is now easier to discover YouTube contents because Google now owns a few patents that will give easy discovery for YouTube contents to be out there. And those are the reasons why we disagree with this motion. The motion that the House regrets mergers and acquisitions within the tech industry. These are the reasons we are so proud to propose.